Welcome to this channel. This channel is for educations and culture based on historical and scientific evidence. So, first thing I like to share with you all, this YouTube is not for all Wing Chuners. If you cannot take the truth, please do not watch this YouTube because this YouTube will shadow your belief, will shadow what you believe on your grandmaster or your lineage. So please turn off the YouTube and not proceed it if you cannot take it. If you do not have a objective mind, there's no point to watch this YouTube because it's only going to evoke your hatred or anger, and you're not going to learn anything anyway. It's just going to put you into a really severe defensive mode, but you'll never win. So what is the point, right? Now, so after I clear this up, those of you who stay until now is those who have a objective and rational mind and want to really learn Wing Chun. What I'm going to share with you is a basic or a fundamental or a ground rule or basic key that Wing Chun is built on. In past 130 years since the Pro-Ching Wing Chun started by people like Dai Fa Mingam in the Pro-Ching Red Book, this was never mentioned. And due to it was never mentioned, the entire Wing Chun is misled into wrong directions. So you might question me, well, Hendrik, how can you know so much? We know because we can track things. Nothing is mysterious. And also, most Wing Chuners today, especially in Asia, is like small kids will always compare of my daddy can beat your daddy, but do not look at what is going on there. Sure, in within Wing Chun, you can always say, my daddy can beat your daddy. It's completely blind, not rational, not objective, not looking at the situations. However, when you're going to face MMA like Xi Xiaodong, you completely get tear apart if you have those kind of mentality. See, in 450 years ago, in the time of Qi Guang, there is no luxury to play those my daddy is better than your daddy stuff and making all kinds of reason. And then when cannot be reason, you always say, oh, this is my belief. Uh, this is how my teacher teach me. Or can you talk with your hand, not talk with your mouth? So you have 130 years of screw up, misleading screw up. Until today, the entire Wing Chun is trapped and dead. The Wing Chun which is not dead today is not really Wing Chun. It's actually import from BJJ, import from Western boxing, import from MMA, import from kickboxing. It never fight like Wing Chun. And that's why you have the argument or the reasoning saying that Wing Chun is a concept and you fight whatever you like. Yeah, you fight in your boxing way or whatever way. So today, I want to settle this for you all. Every year, time flies. I decided to tell you this is because yesterday, like usual, every a few months, I have to do a full body blood work. And I don't know how long I'm going to live. And also because due to I share on the internal yesterday, it raised many questions and many Wing Chunner contacted me. So today it's time for me to open this up. Again, I don't matter. I know what it is anyway. You matter. If you don't know, you get into trouble. If you don't know, you will not have the dignity when standing with all the Chinese Kung Fu practitioners. Of course, people give you face at front. But like I shared the other day, in the book written by a well-known Sifu in Asia, did Wing Chun have any dignity at all? Like the meeting of Shaolin Wing Chun in China, does Wing Chun have any dignity at all? There is no dignity there. People do not look at you as something or somebody or style with dignity. That is written in the history. Okay. So we need to think, we Wing Chuners, we have to live, stand tall. So let's start. So I have shared this two YouTube, Authentic Wing Chun Qigong YouTube. This is what the internal training of Wing Chun is about. And of course, beside sharing with you the technical content, I also tell you about the history part. Many people cannot take it and told me, well, Hendrik, didn't you go off topic to talking about those stuff? No, I'm not off topic. I want to tell you the entire stories. You will not be able just to take whatever I share here and put it into your systems. You need to see the entire thing. If you don't see the entire forest and the tree, the macroscopic and the microscopic, and really have everything where you, if you don't know this, when I say this is internal, this is breathing, you say, well, I just learned this breathing, I have it too. You will never learn it. So you need to see the full picture. Okay. Now, due to this, of course, meditating comes up. Even I have a Wing Chun friends, which is uh, I know for years or decades, people don't like me. And some say, well, I know you're pissing off people again. Well, it is easy to be political correct. But when it's time to come to dignity, I don't matter. I do not matter. You guys matter. If I die tomorrow, then I don't have to carry this. You guys have to carry this. Okay? Your dignity. Now, so I want to start again where I share here. If you don't understand about the pro Qing and the real anti-Qing Wing Chun, please watch this YouTube. As I mentioned before, many people told Mark that Mark is not supposed to release this YouTube because people don't like it. But well, this is the truth. It's backed by evidence. I always say that if you have better evidence which you can debunk me, share it in the public. I love it because the bottom line is to help Wing Chun to grow better, to have the dignity. It's not about me. It's about everybody. Now, of course, I know that there's a cultural resistance, right? Traditional Wing Chun community often resist new explanations of anything that deviate from their lineage narrative. That's why I just share with you. Everybody is playing that my daddy can beat your daddy game. It's a dead end, man. General Qi Ji Guang, the real Chinese of 1850 in the uprising, cannot afford this thing. This type of stuff is what happened in the pro-Qing era, like the Qing dynasty, almost the end of the Qing dynasty, everybody taking opium, living in their own fantasy. Prior to that, are you serious? You're going to keeping this kind of thing, and you think you can go for the uprising, fighting against the real military of the Qing? You cannot make it. Okay. So what I'm going to share with you is what it is. And for this untest stuff and so forth, people can go to the forum and say, well, I'm untesting and everything. Well, the bottom line is General Qi Ji Guang's battlefield test military strategy and training. It's not Hendrik Santo. It's this thing. This is the base of Wing Chun. So stop to call your daddy better than my daddy because there are none grandmaster in past 130 years come close 10% to General Qi Ji Guang in Wing Chun. None. Okay. Show me one which really can show you that they are in the anti-Qing uprising. Or just talk. People have is famous in their village and this and that. Are you sure? Is that what the people in Fat San remember you? Go check it. So I base on General Qi Ji Guang. And we need to know, as a real martial artist, there's time to learn and time to test and time to fight. If we never learn, there's no way we can test. And if you want to test, you better test it with the scientific way today. Without these two things, you go fight, it looks really ugly because people can read you. This is not so-called Wing Chun. This is something else. It's reality. So let's get into the really solid basic. But I have to tell you all this whining in the beginning because this is actually, you need to put yourself into a proper attitude, proper mindset to learn. See, in the entire Wing Chun, China, everywhere, Hong Kong, he always talk about Wing Chun is sticking body, short strike, short strike. Okay, the key is sticking body, short strike. Something fighting close quarter. The Yip Man movie also saying that. The TV series in China also saying that. But what is this sticking body short strike stuff at all? Well, what is it? What is the characteristics? And you can see Wing Chuners all playing this thing called Xiu Lim Tao, standing there, moving their arm, having their so-called structure, locking their knee, locking their body, and some even say they have this Nim leg, all sort of stuff. Are you sure that this type of practice is for short strike, sticking body, short strike? Are you sure this is what it is? In another words, on another word, is asking a questions. Are you sure that you keeping walking in the land is training you how to swim? Walking and swimming are two different things. Are you sure that this type of practice and keeping putting it after hundred of years, this is a secret teaching. This is I have this Jing too. I have this internal. I have this mind power. I have this structure power. Are you sure that this practice got anything to do with the short strike? Or it just don't contribute anything but do the worst? It screwed you because it's a misdirection. Because people like who design these sets, like Tai Fa Ming Gam, probably. Why I say Tai Fa Ming Gam? Because we know that the snake crane Wing Chun riding of Xiu Lim Tao is from the law ancestor, and the law Ti Yun is the student of Tai Fa Ming Gam. So this is where it come from. Before that, you don't see anything. If you have any historical record, no, please share with me. That's what we have. It is not the 1850s Wing Chun. It is not that 1850 Wing Chun Xiu Lim Tao. So these things, I can tell you today is this is the kiss of death. It is pulling a reverse gear because there are certain things, very basic thing, it violate. When you practice Xiu Lin Tao that way, it violate the short strike or close quarter fighting. So you say, well, Henrik, prove it. Why I prove it to you? This is General Qi Ji Guang, 1560s. And in General Qi Ji Guang, fighting is dynamically playing with momentum game with distance, angle, and level changes. Wing Chun belong to the short strike, where General Qi Ji Guang have long fist, short strike, and ground fight. So you can see your Wing Chun is something like that. Okay? And yeah, sure. More details. This is the Bong Sao in writing, how it was using. So nobody can debunk me on this thing. You cannot disagree with me because this is what it is in the history. Now, so for short strike, it have a characteristics, very, very critical characteristics. It is the basic today I want to share with you all. And here on, for heaven's sake, Wing Chun have to rely on this or based on this. And that is the saying. In Mandarin, 短一长，脚下忙. In Cantonese, Thuyền yi chong, gyok ha mong. In English, fighting the long fist, busy with the footwork. Meaning that as soon as it is a short strike art, as soon as it's a short strike art, you always have to have your footwork busy. Then you're gonna ask me, well, Hendrik, what the heck you're talking about? It's very simple. This is simple stuff. You know what it is. Example of busy with the footwork. Just look at BJJ. This is busy with the footwork. You see it keeping changing. You see, again, you see how the footwork keeping changing. That's what it is. Fighting the long fist busy with footwork. Sorry, no straight line. No straight line, sun punch, chain punch. It is this. If you are fighting with this. If you don't know about what is a short strike fighting, you don't know what is the close range fighting. Of course, you can, explain it or speculate it, but it is in a very simple way. It is this, meaning your body, your footwork have to keeping flowing. That is fighting the long fist, busy with footwork. Isn't it true? Fighting a long distance guy, like this is showing here. They're coming in and it just keeping moving. So that's what it is. So look at all your 小领头. You can tell me you can stand there pushing 10 guys. You have this power, magic power. Man, you're missing the point. We are talking about fighting, short strike fighting. Okay? Everybody is talking about tipsan tuinta, short strike fighting, short strike fighting in the movie, in the TV series, but you don't know what the heck it is. Okay? So this is what you want to know. Put in your heart. If Wing Chun doesn't have this, you don't have Wing Chun. It's like when the BJJ don't have this, how the hell BJJ is going to fight close? And yet nobody talk about it. Everybody's still doing this. And then they go learning some kickboxing or whatever, and then they fight. Have you ever seen the BJJ guy do that? No, they don't. They fight in the jiu-jitsu way. So that's how bad it is. For past 130 years, all this myth of a 修炼 bullshit. It's just screwing people left and right. And that's why I said there are no grandmaster there, but wannabe. And then create this, and like today. You can create 10 types of a 修炼 Like only last month, I was complain about the Canton Martial Art Association, something like that, creating what 12 style of Wing Chun. The guy who have no idea what is going on create the 12 style of Wing Chun. What are you doing? So remember this. You want to remember this in your sleep. That is you, your soul. If you lost this, you can fight. Well, sure, unless you go learn BJJ, learn Western boxing, learn your kickboxing, learn your MMA, learn your sambo, learn your karate. But come on, that's not Wing Chun. The people in the BJJ don't do that. People in the Jiu-Jitsu don't do that, isn't it? That's why they have the dignity. Now, I'm going to share with you. This is the 1850s Xu Lin Tao writing. It is at this beginning part. It's talking about this. Okay. So what I'm saying here is not my opinion, what I think or what I speculate. I tell you what the heck it is written there. It's like in the operating manual of your iPhone. So at this part, this is from Shaolin Sword Strike. From Shaolin Sword Strike. That's where your plum flower footwork, everything come in. So the plum flower footwork. So what is this got to do with this? Fighting the long fist busy with the footwork. Well, just look at it closely. Plum flower is not what you think, like today's. Plum flower is to look at your opponent as a plum flower. You see this thing? You look at the opponent this way, where this point is the point your your feet uh how to say that reside on. So he is your plum flower. This thing, busy with footwork, meaning you need to be able to finding different way to get to him. It's like in the BJJ, but it's different art. They know how to get. If this guy is a plum flower, you see how they go from different side in. That's what the plum flower is about. It's not today's Hong Kong movie, plum flower. You put the pole up there, you're walking around. Come on. And with the plum flower, of course, you need to know your distance. Like this is the neutral, this is the concessions, this is stealing half steps. The front feet here, the front feet here is in the same distance, in the same locations. But due to the body shifting, you can change so many things there. Okay. And again, this is at this position, at this position. Okay. So this position, it has the half step in, stealing the half step in. It get close already. And then it be able to attack from directly, attack from this direction, attack from the other direction. Look at this thing. That is Y pre 5, Y pre 6, Y pre 7. Every extend, every contract within soft there is hard, within hard there is soft. This is written. This is, you need to use the Shaolin sword strike to decode this. So this part is from this part. Is this. In Chinese, 一生一缩柔中带杠，刚中而柔。一生一缩柔中带杠，刚中而柔。So we need to decode it, and only that way we be able to play this plum flower. And that is to support this, fighting the long fist busy with the footwork. The BJJ have their footwork because they are a grappling art. The short strike Wing Chun is not a grappling art, so the footwork is not the same. That's why we have the natural concession stealing half step. We have the contract and extend directly in from this way in and from this side in. But all of this need to train your momentum. And that's where your recycling momentum come in. Without being able to, without being able to recycle your momentum, when you screw up here, when you screw up here, meaning that like in here, I mean, you will screw up and you need to do change right away to do correction. So the Wing Chun have to rely on recycling momentum. You need to have this recycling momentum to carry out this. So it say that busy with the foot, meaning that it's all based on recycling momentum. If you don't have that training, forget about it. You don't have the basic. You will not be able to play this thing, the plum flower. While you play plum flower, you need to have this half steps stuff, have this contract extend shoot in stuff. But you need this basic. And of course, after you have this basic, you have this shoot in from different directions. Just do it really slowly. This is a really slowly recycling momentum training. Okay. So there's a recycling momentum, which is a must. This is after you have the recycling momentum, you have to go direct this angle. So this thing, the basic, here, I didn't make it up. It is in the Shaolin short strike. It's in your plum flower, how to play the game, how to play the game, how you develop the basics so that you be able to keeping changing, making correction while you're busy, and how you shoot in. It is in my book, Recycling Wing Chun. So if you don't have this, you'll not be able to play in the Wing Chun way. You'll not be able to play this way. You'll not be able to play this way. Just look at this. Isn't that the footwork is keeping changing? Only you do that, you fight like a Wing Chuners, like the BJJ fight the BJJ way. And this is the very basic. So tell me, for past 130 years until today, people still quarreling, arguing like my daddy can beat your daddy. There's a mysterious chi, jing, mind power, and you're keeping doing this. When are you going to know about this thing? When are you going to know about what is the reality of the plum flower? Wing Chun is not BJJ. BJJ have their way. Wing Chun have Wing Chun's way too, isn't it? And this is all the training. And I already put it in the book. So it's in America now. It's in my YouTube, all this thing. So this is what I like to share with you today. This how serious it is. If you're still daydreaming with your, oh, 修炼陶, I create this and I do this. And then Wing Chun is a straight line. You can have your 修炼陶 Q you don't have recycling momentum, you're not going to be able to play with the BJJ or anybody or judo or wrestler who is fighting in the close range because it is known you want to fight in the close range, the short strike, your footwork have to be busy. And of course, Wing Chun have to be busy in the Wing Chun way. Wing Chun is not going to busy in the BJJ way. So this is what I like to share with you. I know up to now, many people might feel like you completely scattering out, explode or implode. Some might thinking I'm putting down all the grandmaster from Ji Sim, Tai Fa Min Kam, everybody. I say you guys don't know because none of you guys show the world about that very simple term, fighting the long fish. You have a busy footwork. Your footwork will be busy. But I'm not. I'm not putting anybody down. Why? I just tell you this is wrong. Past 130 years is a kiss of death. You will never go out of this trap. The solutions is follow the Wing Chun 1850, which is based on General Chi Chi Guang and Shaolin Sword Strike. And it had the entire system there. You cannot keeping using the movie stuff. And what the wannabe make believe. Like people talk about this. Wing Chun is decided by Feng Xiu Cheng in one of the YouTube. I said bullshit. You ask Feng Xiu Cheng's teacher, Dai Fa Min come here. I still tell him that stop the bullshit. You don't know what is Wing Chun. So again, like other people say, well, Hendrik pissed everybody off. Yes. If I don't piss everybody off, you guys don't have a room to grow. Of course, when you study the plum flower as what I share with you, nothing block you to go learn BJJ. Who says that you cannot use the Wing Chun plum flower and incorporate with BJJ? Who say that? The world is keeping evolve. Even Chi Chi Guang go learn the samurai sword and evolve with the Chinese kung fu and making his what do you call it, the Chi Chi Guang's long sword. So I'm saying this is because I want to open this up so that you guys have a future. You guys can go expand, evolve yourself. There's nothing wrong that you learn the BJJ, learn MMA, learn Western boxing. There's nothing wrong with that. Wing Chun need those too because those are reality. Wing Chun need to evolve with those, not keeping my daddy can beat your daddy. Oh. this is what you think. This is what my daddy told me. Are you serious? You're not 5 year old. Okay. This is the real world. So sorry that I have to tell you this. I might destroy your sweet dream. Like for the people who go to China, keeping saying that they go to China, learn from this guy, learn from that guy. But how come even the very simple thing, busy with your footwork, is nothing there? Okay? Yeah, sorry, I destroy your bubble, your sweet dream. You can hate me, but I do it for Wing Chuners and for Wing Chun. Without saying this out loud and straight, there's no Wing Chun in the future. You don't have dignity. People know. See, I'm not Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee get fed up and walk away. I don't. I decide to tell the truth, to find out the truth and tell the truth because there are many Wing Chuners, a lot of Wing Chuners which is very devout, royal, care, and love their teacher and love Wing Chun. So am I telling you that like the cultural revolutions, just how to say that? Uh, 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 critic your sifu, critic your grandmaster and everything. No, I don't tell you that. I just tell you that they don't know, but it's okay. Now you know, you go back, you evolve, you still have to love your sifu. It's like me. I come to the America, have the best educations. I'm the Silicon Valley. What the guy who support me here, my grandfather, not even graduate from elementary school. He is illiterate. So can I say my grandfather always right for everything? I can. I need to change. That's the reason why he get me to school in United States America. But I have to respect him. Without him, there's no me. That's how it is. Okay? So I put this clear. I'm not putting down anybody. But whatever which is wrong has to be said it is wrong. And we need to go for a proper directions.